Hey, this is Tasha Deshawn. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be talking about how YouTube changed my life for the better. So I started my channel exactly 15 years ago, back in 2010. I lived in the state of Georgia and I was braiding hair full time, but I was trying to figure out a way on how to expand my business. So me and my niece was talking, and back then, Facebook was kind of new. It probably hadn't just started. It was just new to me. So my niece was telling me that I should make a Facebook page and start a YouTube channel and just post my videos of doing hair on my channel. And on my page, just share the pics of my clients' hair. And I remember before doing any of that, I told someone what I was about to do. And lo and behold, that person did it first. And then they waited a while. I didn't hear from them for a good period of time. And then when they came back around, they told me that I should start a YouTube channel and open a Facebook page, as if I didn't tell them. So you have to be careful when telling people your business. It is a such thing called monitoring spirit. And everybody knows that saying that you should never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. But you know, sometimes as people, we have to learn the hard way. And yes, I said we because I just threw y'all right up under that bus right with me. But yeah, I didn't let that stop me from starting my channel. I went ahead and did it. And I was posting back then successfully, but all of my videos were crunchy. So I was doing outfits of the day. I was doing so-called makeup tutorials, and the makeup was a hot mess. The outfits was crunchy, and I was also showing people braid styles, doing crochets on myself, putting wigs on, doing other people's hair. And I moved back to my small hometown in 2012, and that's when I got discouraged. So one day I was at someone's house. I'm not gonna say no names, but I used to do YouTube so much in Georgia to where I thought it was the normal to continue to do my YouTube videos. So I was doing an outfit of the day, and I remember walking down this person's hall, and they just bust out laughing. And I'm the type of person to where I'm not easily intimidated, but I have to be honest and say that that really bothered me. And I should not have let it, because this is a very small town full of people with small minds. And if I would not have allowed that person's laughter or their response of making fun of me affect me, then I really believe that I would be monetized today. But at the same time, if I never had let my left hand know what my right hand was doing, then I would be monetized today as well. Because they did one of the very things that I was gifted to do, and that is to braid hair. So I've been braiding hair for several years, and that was one of the main things that I did on my channel. The name of my channel back then was Miss Shawn. Why I named myself that, I have no earthly clue, but that name was hideous. But then several years later, I discovered that I could change my name here on this channel. So I changed it to Tasha Deshawn, which was my Facebook name as well. But the reason why I say they were doing one of the very things that I was gifted to do, because they used to tell me all the time that I do hair for a living and they do hair as a hobby. And looking back on those things that they used to say and do, I learned that they were planting seeds of discouragement. And although I didn't know it at the time, I have to be honest to say that I fell for it. And as you could tell, they knew how to braid as well. But they would always ask me when I first moved back here if I was going to do people's hair. And I used to always say, no, I'm not doing these ungrateful people hair. I'm not studying this town, you know, blah this, blah that. And the whole time, I'm not knowing that they were asking me these questions because they saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. And hear me out when I say that it wasn't the person, but it was what was in them. The Bible says that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. So it wasn't them, but it was the spirit that was dwelling in them. And I didn't know that at the time either. So I'll never forget that once I stopped communication with them, doors started opening up for me. I never thought that I would be the most well-knownest braider in my town to where I had a good name. Although they called me slow, they said that I braid hair real good, but they did make fun of me being slow. But I wasn't that doggone me slow because I started studying the Africans and I found out that their hours was from 7 to 8 hours as well. Although way back yonder, it seemed like they used to get done in 4 hours. But God blessed my hands to where I was never known for taking out edges, giving bald spots, or none of that. I was known for having growing hands, but I still did not know who I really was as a braider. All I knew was to do right by people's hair because I never wanted anyone to just throw me up. I never wanted no one to snatch my hair out. So by the grace of God, I created a name for myself because I was self-disciplined, I was very consistent, and I was faithful to all of my clients. And so many people wanted to know what was the secret to where they even thought that the magic was in the hair gel that I used to buy. It used to be this $2 and some change gel that I used to buy from the dollar store. I was only using it to lubricate my fingers, but people thought that that's what made my braids stand out. But it was by the glory of God. I prayed for God to bless my hands, and He did just that. And I brought some of that to my YouTube platform years ago, but I stopped because I didn't know my value and I didn't know my worth. And I also didn't know what I brought to the table. I didn't know that I would have my own community that would like the way I do things. And those that have their community would like what they bring. I allowed the enemy to discourage me to where it took me several years of struggling with a simple YouTube intro. I allowed that to keep me from getting back on this platform. I watched the very person that told me that if I ever changed my mind and decided to braid hair, to be sure to let them know. I've watched them share on their platform one of the very things that they asked me to share with them. And although they knew how to braid hair, they asked me one time if it was anything that they can do to enhance their braids or their performance or how the overall outlook of their braids look, then what would it be? And I told them that they should stop acting like they're tired when it comes down to getting to the end of their client's hair. Before there were knotless, before the parts were big because of the knotless, I told them that they should close their braids in to make their braids look fuller. And they took that and they put it on their platform, along with other things that they knew on their own. But I'm only speaking of what I taught them because I know without a shadow of a doubt, that's one of the things that I should have been on my platform, teaching people. But things happen for a reason because that one thing came from me. And whenever you have a YouTube channel, and whenever you have people in your everyday life that likes the way you do your makeup, for an example, or it could be the way you do your own hair, and even the way you style your clothes, and they ask you questions and you give them answers, then that means that you are being an influencer. If you have that in your life, then why not create a YouTube channel? And that's why I say that YouTube is the best thing that has happened to me. Although I missed out on a whole lot of years and a whole lot of compensation from monetization, and I still know that I'm an influencer and that it's not too late. Just like this hairstyle, for an example. This was an accident. My hair was not supposed to turn out like this. It's supposed to have been a full set of crochets, doing it the easy way. It's a new way of how this creator, which I will put her name below because I love giving credit where credit is due, where she came up with this new technique, and I wanted to do it as well. And mine's didn't turn out the way hers turned out, and not even how all the other creators' style turned out. This is a hot mess to me, but by you guys looking at it, this could be a work of art. I'm just saying. But I could go to work tomorrow, or I can go to the store and someone tells me that they like my hair. And they could even ask, how did I create this style? Well, by me sharing it with them, that is being an influencer. This is something that I've been doing all my life. I have my own style. I have my own technique. I don't like to follow the crowd. Although in this YouTube world, I do see videos that I think that is a great idea to recreate. That's totally different. But just living my regular old life, I like to do things the way Tasha like to do things, and that draws attention to me. And it's not in a negative way, but I have a lot of people that ask me questions. They tell me that they like this or they like that. Every time I do my hair, majority of the time I throw my hair up and it still comes out pretty much beautiful. I might as well say it, because they do. I've had so many people say, I want you to do my hair like yours. And this is when I used to be a full-time braider. And I used to tell them that I can't do your hair like mine. I threw my hair up. This was something that I didn't do on purpose. This was a total accident, basically, because I don't be caring about my hair like that. I've always cared about other people's hair. And I know that sounds weird, but it is what it is. It's exactly the way I'm saying it. I've never cared about styling my hair in a perfect way, but this came out too cute. Too cute, okay? And the hair was super duper bushy, and I had to chop and do the Edward Scissorhand all up and through my head. But that is one of the reasons why I love YouTube. If I could turn back the hands of time, I would have never allowed these people that came in my life, not as a blessing, but as a lesson. I would have never allowed them to discourage me, because I could have been on here sharing my knowledge. Not only do I get on here and do hair, I give people godly motivation. I talk about my 9 to 5. But what I love about YouTube is that I can get on here in the privacy of my own home, although it's loud all the time and it's most of the time chaotic. I can get on here and I can share with the ones on here that want me to share things with them. And it feels good. Let me use my hair growth business as an example. So I've been making my own hair care products ever since 2018. In 2017, I did my second big chop. I wanted to speed my hair up. I knew deep down that there was a way that you can speed up your hair growth. And I wanted others to be able to experience the same thing. So that's why I came up with my hair growth line. But it has been 7 years, and I really feel like I am led to close my website down. And one of the reasons is that I work a full-time job now. So I really don't have the time to be in my kitchen working on hair and skincare products. And that's where YouTube plays its important role. So instead of me making these products and shipping them out to everyone, and I can share on my platform how to make these same products and you guys use them in your hair and you still can receive the healthiness and the growth that your hair needs. And one of the other reasons is because people will buy from you, but for some reason, they do not want to show you their results. But they'll continue to buy from you. They will send you emails, text messages, and they will tell you how good your product is, how I got them from ear length to chin length, from shoulder length to bra strap length, but they will not tell others. I've ran into so many people here in my hometown that used to sit in my chair and tell me how they wouldn't even let people know who braided their hair. They would lie and say that the Africans did it. I've even had a couple of people tell me that they won't let nobody know where they got their oil from because they don't want the other person's hair to grow. How they don't want that person's hair to just shoot past theirs. These are some of the most sickening things that I've ever heard of in my life, but these are the things that people are saying and that they are doing. So like for an example, the last few people that have been placing orders, it has been a few days because of me working. I haven't been able to just go straight in there and make their product and send it to the post office. So they'll message me or email me and say, hey, I placed my order on so-and-so day. I was just trying to see what day will it make it to me. Or they'll say that I paid for 2-day shipping, which is no 2-day shipping on my website. So, but that's one of the examples that I've read through the message. And while answering them or responding to them, I will tell them, unfortunately, I have to work on it on the weekends because I started this job, and I will put extra in the box to compensate for your time or for your wait or whatever. And I was telling them how I've been trying to close my website down for the past month, but for some reason it's still hanging around. Maybe I need to go in there and just put all of my products in draft just until I figure out why when I click cancel the website, why is it not canceling? Until I figure that out, then maybe that'll stop the orders. Well, most of them are responding back saying, oh no, what am I going to do? Who am I going to go to get the best hair grow products? You know, my beard is going to stop growing. My hair is my hair going to stop growing? I love your products. Oh, I really hate that. And I want to say to them so bad, do you really? Do you love them that much to where you rather keep them to yourself? One thing I've learned, and if you don't have a business and one day you may get one thing you have to understand is that people thrive off of other people's testimonies, their responses, off of their reviews. And that's just like on Amazon. Whenever I order from off their website, I go all the way down to the bottom and I look at those reviews because I want to know what those people are saying, right? Well, that's the same thing when it comes down to my business or anybody else's business. Those reviews is what allows other people to see and believe that your product is working for them. And it's a shame because you have so many selfish people, and some of them are not selfish. Some of them are ashamed of some of their hair issues. But I've been telling people for years that you can cover your face up. But what I can't understand is that you have a lot of companies that started off like me, making products from their home, that has blown up over the years, and their hair has not even reached the length that mine reached. And For some reason, it seemed like people volunteer to post their before and afters. But a person like me would have to struggle and beg and literally give stuff away just to get people to show me their before and after. And it just seemed like the people still wouldn't do right, because they'll send me a picture of the left side of their head for their before, and they'll send me an after picture of the right side of their head. Which side you had the issue on? And I literally used to have to coach people on what to do. And I don't care. I don't care. You cannot tell me that as many people that I will have to beg or coach or show them what to do, that this is how everybody does. It's no way. I've seen differently on other people's website. And speaking of website, I've had so many people give me a hard time telling me how they don't know how to work my website, especially here in my small town, telling me how they don't want to put their debit card in my website as if I can see the numbers on their card. But they get on these other websites, they get all on these Sheins and Temus. I would have to tell people that it's just like any other website. You go on the website, pick what you want to get, add it to your cart, and then continue to check out. Put your name, address, debit card information, or whatever it is. So those are literally a lot of things that I had to go through. So that is why I'm also glad to have this YouTube platform. So now I can show you guys hands-on on how to make certain hair growth products that's very beneficial to your hair. And I don't have to worry about begging people to show me their results, because one thing about this YouTube platform, you have a lot of people that loves to show love towards people that they do not know. They know that you are on here trying to help them, and you really could be doing other things with your precious time. Y'all be on here so happy to tell us how you are about to duplicate it. And that really warms my heart, because I know that I am being a help to someone. Even if it's nobody else on here, if it's just one person that I can help on this platform, then I am happy to do just that. Another reason why I say that YouTube is the best thing that happened to me is because I am able to get on here in my late 40s. Yes, I am 47 years old, and I get to get on here and share a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge with people that are willing to watch, that are willing to listen. When you are older, you have been through a lot of things, and that's where you guys come in at. When you hear certain information from YouTubers that are here to share the things that they've experienced in life, and to tell you not to go down that path or go down that road, some of you actually listen to it, and you guys report back and tell people like us that you are so glad that we shared this type of information or that type of information with y'all. And this is another reason why I enjoy being on here. I get to be myself. I don't have to fake the funk, changing my voice, trying to sound all proper, or having some type of fake YouTube voice. I can be my old country self on here. I get on here on times with no makeup. My hair be looking a hideous, hot mess, and I still feel comfortable enough to get on here and to share whatever information that I have for you guys. I am so happy that it is not like it used to be back in the days to where it had to be so pleasant and aesthetic-y or whatever the word that you call it. That's another thing that I'm glad that I'm able to do. I'm able to get on here and mispronounce words because this is what I do in real life. And these are some of the things that used to stop me from getting on this platform. Yes, you're gonna have trolls. You're gonna have certain people that's gonna get on here and correct your words, gonna talk about your background. Don't let that bother you. If it's something that you are bringing to the forefront that's important, that you feel like someone is going to benefit from, then don't let those things stop you. These are the very things that I allowed to stop me several years ago. I'm telling you, I struggled getting back on here because I had to make sure that I had everything right. But I'm so glad that YouTube is pushing smaller content creators to the forefront now. And although I am not where I want to be, I am getting there because I am being consistent and I am not caring what others say anymore. I'm not allowing others to do the very thing that I know that I'm supposed to be doing and I just sit back and watch them. No, I'm taking it back and I'm doing it because I'm not a one niche channel. And that is another thing that caused me to not get on my platform as much because I felt like all I'm supposed to do is get on here and to show people braid styles. And although that's what get the most views, I'm going to continue to do it, but I'm not able to do it as often. And because I don't braid hair anymore, then why should I wait once every 3 months to create a video? Why not just get on here and create videos like this, telling you guys how YouTube is the best thing that ever happened to me. By me being close to pushing 50, I've learned that creating videos is also creating memories to where whenever I'm long gone, my grandkids can go back on my channel and watch my videos and be able to learn things from them as well. Even if the photo album get destroyed, they can always come back to this channel and say, there goes my grandma. And YouTube can be the best thing that has ever happened to you as well. And if you have a lot of valuable information to offer, if you are multi-gifted or multi-talented, you can get on this platform and you can share it with millions of people. A lot of you are looked down on, talked about, and even ignored. And they don't even know half of the things that you are capable of. But if you share it on your channel, I guarantee you that many will connect with you and that you will gain your own community. And then YouTube will be the best thing that ever happened to you. I hope this video bless y'all. Please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, be sure to click that bell notification button to where you will be the first to be notified whenever I upload my next video. You guys have a blessed one.